Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Patty from ultraslowrunner.com. In today's video I'm going to be sharing 5 more tips to running your first marathon. I did make another video of my first 5 tips and I will link that video in the description box below, so be sure to check that out for more tips. My first tip for today is to really focus on sleep in the days leading up to the race. It's really important to do that because a lot of people have trouble sleeping the night before a race. So you may not get enough sleep or good quality sleep the night before a race. So it's really important to focus on sleep a couple days before the race. As my cross-country coach used to say, the most important night of sleep is the night before the night before. My second tip is to really be mindful of your time at the race expo. If you're running a smaller race, there may not be a big expo, but a big city race typically has a pretty big expo with lots of really cool stuff, booths with running shoes and running gear and just you name it, anything running is going to be at that expo. But I do want to tell you to, again, be mindful of your time there because it's typically the night before the race and you just want to be prepared for walking on your feet and or not to spend too much time on your feet because that may impact your day of the race. So have fun, enjoy it. It's really exciting and I really think you should do it, but just be mindful of your time at the expo. My next tip, and I alluded to this a little bit in the last video, but you really want to experiment with different foods that you'll be eating the night before a race. And you'll probably be doing this for your long runs and getting used to certain foods and knowing how they react and how they help you in your long run. So just be sure that you're doing that throughout your training and make sure that the night before you eat something that you've already eaten, you know how it's going to affect you, and just make sure you do that. And I do want to say sometimes that doesn't work out and you may end up having to choose a different restaurant or a different meal. So again, it's really good to experiment with different meals just so you kind of cover your basis. So for an example, I know that if I, for some reason, in my marathon days couldn't make it to the, there's usually a pasta feed. If you can't make it to that and you end up having to go to a restaurant, then at least I know a couple things such as potatoes, rice and beans end up working really well for me. So again, experiment, try different things and do your best to really follow what your plan for food really is. My next tip is also about food, and that is to, after the race, you really need to focus on food, calories, and especially fluids. I'm not an expert in race nutrition, but I have found over the years that focusing on fluids is really helpful. It benefits you so much in terms of your recovery, and oftentimes after a race you don't have much of an appetite, so in that case you really do want to focus on fluids. But again, throughout your training, experiment with different things and see what works best for you and try your best to follow through with that plan. And my 5th tip for today is to have everything ready to go the night before the race. You do not want to be scrambling on race morning trying to find things. Where did you put things? All of that. It even helps to put your race bib on your shorts or your shirt or wherever you're going to have your race bib. Make sure you attach your bib the night before. Again, you just want to try to avoid any issues on race morning. You're already going to be very nervous, most likely, and you're just going to want things to go pretty smoothly. So it really helps to have everything prepared the night before. That goes for shoes, clothes, nutrition, all of that kind of stuff. Just make sure you have that prepared the night before. My bonus tip is to really celebrate your accomplishment. A marathon is no small feat. They're very difficult and it's a huge moment for you, especially your first marathon. So do not be shy about telling people that you finished a marathon. Some people will laugh when I say this, but it's really important. Have fun with it. celebrate your accomplishment, because it is a big deal. Your first marathon is a huge deal. So make sure, go out, have some fun, talk with friends, and celebrate your accomplishment. Those are my tips for this video. I, again, have plenty more. So anyone watching, if you have your own tips, please be sure to put those in the comments below. Make sure you like this video if you want more content like this, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos on primarily running. And so anyway, I'm going to say goodbye for now, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks. Bye-bye.